In this video, we're going to talk about why you keep attracting poisonous people to you, or people that you'd like to build a relationship with and they end up ghosting you, going no contact, or when you do try to build a relationship with them, you keep on ending up feeling like the inadequate one, like you're not as good as the other person. What is happening there is you're attracting people to you to reflect. They reflect back to you what you believe to be true within. And that people who look this way are not going to give me a chance. When we try to attract someone into our life that's a very physically fit person, someone with a nice body, someone with good quality, someone with a good job. But if you're not on equal playing field in your own mind, subconsciously you have stored that you're not as good. So what is your character, the person you are being, what is that going to project to other people? Is that you're not good enough. So the only way to become good enough is to let go of the old program and do the work within and change the old story that you've been living by. And that story is not true because it's the mind. The subconscious mind is attached to the old life moment. The old life moment from the past relationship that made you feel inadequate, that made you feel like this guy or girl ghosts me, or this new person I'm about to try to jump in a relationship is going to ghost me. Why do they end up ghosting you? Why do they end up rejecting you? Why do they end up being a narcissistic person in your life? Because of your belief system and the character and the person you are being on the inside of your own body. And who you are being on the inside of your own body is then projected out as who you are, as a signal, your energetic field around your body. Your energetic field is that of the people pleaser, empath, person that is willing to put up with poor treatment. The energetic field around the body is that of someone who's in lack, in neediness. And when you don't change the mindset, a big part of us shifting our character here is changing the mindset. There's going to be a mindset shift through some of the videos on my channel that you're going to study. You become that envisions those desires, that man or woman with the physical body. You're going to begin to live with that feeling of already having that person. You're no longer going to project an energy onto that person that you require them. You become neutral, living with neutrality. When you're neutral, you're good either way. It's great if this person that I'm trying to build a relationship goes on that date with me. It's also good if they don't want to date me, because then I have the time to attract the person who's actually going to be worth my time. And when you start talking to yourself like that, your self-talk changes. Your self-talk, your game, your personality. As per Joe Dispenza, your personality creates the personal reality. And when you shift into someone that's good enough to be in a relationship with the type of person that has the attributes that you are attracted to, the law will not be able to deny the type of energy you have learned to embody, the type of person that you have learned to shift into. They will be attracted to you. You will decree towards these things, which decree is you choose. You choose to claim. You are not choosing to need. You're not placing importance. Placing importance in needing repels. It keeps us living in the old. It keeps us living in the familiar. When you start living under this new energy, it will feel unfamiliar. That's why it will feel uncomfortable. Stepping into the uncomfortable is becoming the new version of yourself. Because the comfortable is the victimization story, the wanting to stay in the lack and the neediness and the familiar story that it's not worth my time to try and change or to try to go take a chance on this hot man or woman or to go and talk to them in person just to see how the vibe is. We don't take those chances because the story is that we are already rejected. Why are we already rejected? You have rejected yourself. Inside your own mind and body, you're not as attractive as that person. You are not going to resonate with them on a personal level. Also, you need to embody the feelings that that type of person, similar people, and everybody would be lucky to have a chance with you, 5 minutes with you. It would be lucky. When you learn to embody those types of energies, and no, this is not ego. We are not better. We are all equal. Remember? We are all equal beings living human experiences. We are not consumed by our desires. We have courage and acceptance with what is, and that is the present moment. But learning that when people are attracted into your life to come in and treat you poorly, you're still stuck in the old vibration, you're still stuck in the old level of consciousness. And when you work on the state of consciousness and elevating it through inner work, like I talk about a lot on the page in the channel, when your state of consciousness matches what you envision coming in and the desire being true, what will then be granted to you, reflected to you, is God and the universe's energy that you have made yourself now worthy of that. Your level of consciousness is now in alignment with that. You can have that now because you don't need it. And then it's up to you what you want. It's not, I need this person that has that perfect body to make me feel like I'm enough. Those three things I just named, you give them to yourself. You learn to live as the character that is on the highest level that you could get on, inside and out. And you don't even have to have the perfect physical body. When your personality matches that of this type of powerful person, you cannot be denied, because the law of your assumption is that these things are now good enough for me, and I have transcended the old self, the old belief system that is stuck in the traumatic event, that is stuck feeling like you're not good enough. I'm here to tell you today, you are good enough to attract them. You are. You have it within you. Do you think that every time you take a chance on someone new, that it may bring feelings of anxiety, bring up feelings of anger and resentment towards the past breakup? If any of those two things are happening in this new relationship, you have not yet let go. You have not yet surrendered these negative life moments to God and the greater good higher up above. If you want this ghosting and stuff to stop, or to even not have any significance or effect on your life, you need to tell yourself that these things are not happening to you. They are happening for you to put you in the direction of the correct path. The correct path to greatness is not one that stays living in the current program. Your state of being is that anything I put my mind to, anything that I desire will come true, because that is the law. And in the law of a law of attraction is that you live with the feeling like it's already there, and then it becomes present. But really, you're not doing that to control or manipulate. You're just present within your own body. How you are present within your own body is love. And love is the key. Love is the key. Because loving yourself comes first. When you love yourself first, other people will feel that energy from you, how much you love your life and what you're doing. Your passion, your non-dependency, there's no more codependency. Because when we are stuck in the old program, we are looking for the other person to save us. And that's when they end up ghosting, is that you place too much importance. You are making them feel a burden. And could you really fault them for leaving the relationship if you are placing a burden on them that they need to do this, and that for you to feel okay? How would you feel if someone that you consider below you, which I don't think is right, we should think of everyone as equal, no matter what the physical body and attractive features are. We are all equal beings living on earth here, connected to one another, deep-rooted. But imagine someone who's doing what you've done in the past, where you got ghosted to someone else or to you. And imagine you being in the shoes of the ghoster that has to fulfill all the needs of this person that is bothering you every second of the day, that doesn't have their own happiness because their happiness is dependent on you. How would that make you feel? It makes you exit. It makes you feel uncomfortable. We feel like I'm not getting much attention and I wish people wanted me. But what would happen is when you would get the attention and the wants from other people, then everyone's focus and energy would be on you like this. Give me. Give to me. Give to me your energy. Would you give to me your energy if I look at you with my eyes open like this? Like a dog that follows you around the house all day? No, you'd be repelled by it. It's the polarities, right? The polarities change. And when the polarity is that you are in need because you lack, you repel. And when you change the polarity to being neutral and loving yourself, the polarity will be that this person will feel safe in your presence. They will feel safe being in your environment because your field of energy will project confidence, self-love, and the willing to give with no need to receive. So when you just love life for the sake of loving it, love yourself for the sake of loving yourself, your state of being and your state of consciousness increases. You become somebody completely different that is no longer stuck in the old program. And anytime you're going to approach a new relationship with somebody you're extremely attracted to on social media or dating apps, you don't go into that new relationship or person you're talking to with the mentality that I'm going to get ghosted, with the mentality that this woman's going to cheat on me. Because everything that gets reflected back to you is the story that you push out. People are just the messengers of that. Your state of being and your state of consciousness is directly linked to everything that happens to you in your life. Everything that you have currently in your life has come manifest because of the person you have become from when you were born. Everything leading up to where you're at right now. All the things you have in your life right now. Whatever career you've chose, whatever material items you own, are all matching items, reflections of the story you told yourself up to this current day in this present moment. And if getting ghosted and not being able to attract that man or woman with the perfect body and the good career is a story, that's what's continuing to be the present story reflected back to you. So the only way to make the change to that story is to start to embody the feelings of having that hot man or woman in your life already. And assuming that you are the shit. Assuming that you are hot. It's not just them that are hot with a good body. You become that who is hot with a good body. And anyone would be lucky to have a chance with you. Your level of character increases when you start to embody this. It's not you're better than other people. You are equal to other people. There's a difference between equality and egotism. Egotism is everything's for me. I'm living in pride. It's my way or no way. And if you keep living like that, you're living in negative energetic fields. The field around your body is that, well, I'm just going to stay here because I don't trust anyone. And you keep shifting between pride and anger, pride and anger, pride and anger. Because you have moments, glimpses of happiness, accomplishment, but you don't have the courage to just be the real self and lose that fear that you're going to get ghosted. Lose that fear that someone may just not like who you are at your core. How are you going to attract the person that is meant for the real you if you can't be the real you? Think about that. When you start to get down to the core of what's really bothering you and what is connected to the past program, you start to bring awareness to it. And these desires, through the power of imagination, you will bring them to life by manifesting them, because they will then be in alignment and in connection with your raised level of consciousness. So a good way that you could get on this higher level and raise your level of consciousness would be by watching one of my past meditations, which is connecting with the higher self meditation. I will link that right here.